Damian Lewis, still the favorite to be James Bond.
Nice, okay.
That is 7-4. I don't know how to read odds. 7-4 odds.
That's pretty good.
Idris Elba, no longer number 2. He's bumped down to 3.
Who's 2?
Tom motherfucking Hard Dick is
Hard
3.
D.
I mean 2.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Up Real Late podcast. This week we are on episode 27. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here as always by Tim McGavick. Sup, Tim?
Not a lot this week.
Yeah.
Went to Laser Quest today. That's super fun.
Nice.
What? Yeah.
That's it's always good. Got nice and sweaty?
Got pretty sweaty, and I crushed little kids in it. It was great.
Nice. Also here, Tyler Switowski.
How are we doing, guys? Not a lot going on. I didn't go to Laser Quest. But you know what? When I did go, I also had no problem crushing like 7, 8-year-olds.
Yeah, it's perfect.
There was like 40 of them. I took 7.
Yeah.
I was fine with that.
Wow, that's ruthless.
Yeah.
I was there too, and
Yeah, you were there as well. Yes.
Also here, Adam Franey.
What's up, boys?
What up?
Happy to be here. Golden Globes are on tonight. What?
Yeah.
I might be periodically updating. I won't be.
No. Let's just run down a few topics that we're going to talk about this week. As usual, we're going to talk about our last scenes. We're also going to review a movie called The Revenant, starring Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's a movie, not the movie.
Yes, we're going to be reviewing that later in the podcast. And we're also going to talk about a few trailers that came out this week. So if you guys want to skip ahead to any of those topics I just mentioned, check the timestamps below, and you can skip ahead by clicking on any of the timestamps. Yeah, so let's get into our last scenes. Anyone want to start us off? Adam, I know you said you wanted to go first this week for some reason, so let's hear it.
I can't disclose why. It's definitely not because my phone's dying and I have the IMDb page up ready to read off of it. That's not why I need to go.
I love how prepared you are for this.
Oh, just wait till you hear what my last scene is. A man crippled by the mundanity of his life's experiences something out of the ordinary. I'm talking Anomalisa.
I'm cut in.
Oh,
I'll jump in.
That was your last scene
It's
too,
my last
wasn't
scene
it?
too.
No!
I didn't think you would do this because you fucking already rated it.
I know!
But you
'Cause
saw
I
nothing
didn't-
else. I had a feeling you would see nothing else. And I told you guys I saw Brooklyn. I was planning on doing Brooklyn instead, but I was like, no, do Anomalisa because that one's more fun.
We smoke screened each other.
Okay.
Well,
Now we got
man.
lots to talk about.
Tag
kids.
team, let's go. Tim comes out of nowhere, jumps the ropes.
John Cena!
Okay, I'll continue. Directed by Duke Johnson and Charlie Kaufman. Written by Charlie Kaufman. Starring David Thewlis. Our boy, Tim?
Yeah.
Our boy.
He's pretty great.
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Hey, I like him too. Like,
Me and
geez.
Tim's boy, like I said. And Tom Noonan. And that's it.
Yeah.
3 voice actors.
Yeah. Thewlis plays Michael. Jennifer Jason Leigh plays Lisa. Tom Noonan voices everybody else in the movie.
So,
It's
this
your
is the
last
first
scene.
time
Yeah,
this
so
is
Tim,
ever-
what'd you think?
Should
I can
we...
read my synopsis if you want,
Oh, what do you mean?
because I wrote it myself.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Like of what you thought, or of what the movie
The
is?
synopsis.
Okay, go ahead.
So I
Let's hear
worked hard on
Tim's.
this.
Or
In
what's
this
that
stop
was?
motion film, Michael Stone, a father, husband, and author of the book "How May I Help You Help Them," arrives at a hotel to speak at a convention. While there, he runs into Lisa, a woman who enraptures him with only her voice and leaves him feeling more human than human.
You came up with that on your own.
Wow, that was...
Phone drop.
You should write synopsises for IMDb.
That's pretty good.
That was better than the IMDb one.
I'm gonna start sending you my last scenes.
I use it.
Me
Sounds
too.
super. There you go, guys.
Clearly, I did this week.
Yeah.
Adam, though, this is your last scene. Give us your thoughts. What did you think? Did
Tim,
you
shut
like
up.
it? What did you think of it?
So this thing's a piece of shit. No, I loved it, bar none. Next, Tim.
Loved it as well. It took me a while to come around to that realization.
Me too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Tyler, have you seen this movie?
I have not seen this movie.
Okay.
Shock. Scott, have you seen the film?
I have seen it.
Funny.
I liked it. I didn't love it because
Ooh, didn't love it.
I had this feeling sort of like 3/4 of the way through. There were some great moments, and you have to obviously commend the players involved for making it, who
All
actually
three of
made
them.
it happen. Yeah, the voice acting is great, but I mean the actual process of making a stop motion film, incredible details, incredible like sort of visuals, and some great moments like emotionally. Like there's a scene which I don't want to mention, but I'm sure you guys know, where some voices start changing. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, wow, that's dark.
Well, that was dark. The scene that hit me in the feels, girls just want to have fun. I don't know about you guys. And I felt really like lame, but I was misty-eyed. I'm talking misty. Jennifer Jason Leigh, I don't know where she's been for 20 years, but she's fantastic. In Hateful Eight, I thought she was amazing, and she's probably going to win the Oscar for it. I had no idea she was in this movie. She just happens to be in this, which they're saying now might be the underdog and steal Best Animated Picture from Inside Out. It's second in like Vegas odds. She like the movie hinged on her performance being really good, and she like just stole my heart. She was great, and that scene where she sings "Girls Just Want to Have Fun" was amazing.
But what I was gonna get at was, while those are great,
don't care, Scott.
As an actual movie, if this wasn't stop motion, would it be that good of a movie?
I knew you were gonna say that, and no, but I hate that argument. That's like when people say,
because it is a stop motion movie.
If Heath Ledger wasn't in Dark Knight, would it be that good? No, but he is in it.
But the thing is, like, the way it was shot, like, it was shot like a normal, like, movie.
Right.
Like, you could easily have just, like, replaced... You know what I mean? Like, if it was shot for shot, done with actors that looked the exact same and whatever, gave this exact same performance and everything, I feel like it wouldn't have been as good of a movie.
But then you can reverse that though and be like, what if The Godfather was, like, a cartoon?
What if it was stop motion?
Would it still be, like, the best movie of all time? According to some people, it's not. I don't like Godfather. I'm just saying, right?
What I'm
so
saying
that argument
is...
doesn't make sense. I get your argument. It just doesn't make sense. I hate when people do that. I would with Adam on this. The movie is what it is. So
yes,
it's
Scott, it was great.
unfair to be
Leave it alone.
Ty saw it.
Like,
tell him, Ty.
The biggest thing is, like, The Dark Knight would be shit if you had someone else besides Heath Ledger doing The Dark Knight. I'm like,
okay,
but he did do it. He did a fantastic job in it. So there's no argument there then, because you can do it with any movie.
Okay, so let me defend myself.
What if The Godfather wasn't a gangster movie? Would it be the best?
It'd be shit.
Right? It'd be
Let me rephrase that, because I understand what you're saying. Yeah, you could say that argument about anything, but I feel like for me, the actual production of it, like of it being stop motion, like right away it sets you off at a certain place where you're like, wow, I'm impressed. Like, this is a mature story. You don't usually see a mature story put in this sort of medium, shot in this medium. Yeah. So right away it's sort of like, it's a kind of a shock, like it's a change to what you're used to. So right away it sort of sets it up in a different place, and you're expecting, like, I was expecting something amazing. And while it was good, I feel like at the same time it was like an okay movie. Like, it wasn't amazing to me. I feel like the actual story and the plot and the development that the characters go through, like, I feel like the main actor is, like, I forget his name in the movie.
David Thewlis?
Yeah.
Michael Stone.
Like, his character, like, I don't know, it wasn't that interesting of a character, and yeah, he had, like, there's some twists with it, like, so I don't really want to get into it without spoiling anything, but I don't know, like, again, I don't want to keep saying it, but, like, if it was a live action movie, like, I don't think it would have been that.
If it was a live action movie, it'd be Lost in Translation, and isn't that like one of your favorite movies?
Yeah, but
that's fair.
That's would be my defense. Because, like, this did for me what Lost in Translation does for most people. Like, I don't love Lost in Translation, but I don't know, I thought it was, like, elevated because it's such a simple story, like you're saying, right?
The whole thing takes place in a hotel, essentially, right? Almost that one
like
hotel room is, like, most of it.
And it's just a simple love story, but that was what got someone like me, who's not the demographic for, like, a love story, to put the twist of, like, a visually interesting style on it, like stop motion. And I don't know, like, it looked amazing. It kind of almost looked like CG animated at times. It was very, like, smooth. I don't know how they did it. It just looked so beautiful. And a
lot of shots.
Yeah. And I won't deny that definitely boosts, it definitely elevates it. Like, having the visual style be stop motion is way more interesting to me. And but, like, again, I can't say, like, what if, like, that's the facts. It's just,
there's also some, like, I still like it. I think I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. And there was a moment or two where I don't know if I can spoil this, but something happens to, like, his face,
Right.
I wish they explored that more.
That was insane.
Because that happened like once and then they just kind of ignored it.
It was very Charlie Kaufman. It was like quite the freak out. I was like, what's about to happen?
I feel like there's a lot of potential in this medium for like some really like mindfuck things. And they didn't.
I thought they were going down that road.
They didn't explore it at all.
Yeah.
I was kind of like.
It was a lot more.
I thought it was gonna get meta.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot less cartoony than I thought it was gonna be. Like I thought it'd be like really wacky a little bit.
That's kind of like a twist to me. Like that's what I enjoyed about
like
it.
that's what I was expecting. But it was like a drama, but a bit boring.
And I just love it was very ballsy, just like we were saying, just to do this movie in stop motion, and then just where the story goes. Obviously, no spoilers. Just ballsy ending. I thought.
Yeah, there is a sex scene.
Oh my god! Speaking of ballsy,
I wanted to.
That puppet dick.
It's a funny story because Adam was messaging us saying that he's watching with his mom. And then I had already seen it at that point, and that's when I said, "Oh, I've heard there's an awkward sex scene."
You little shit.
And you're like, and Adam said, "I know. I've heard that too. I'm probably just gonna pretend today that I have to go washroom." And I was like, "You better make a long one because it's like a 10-minute scene. It's like a 10-minute. It's so long.
It wasn't long enough. Let's put it that
There's
way.
a 10-minute stop animation sex scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Full frontal, nothing held back, like rated X sex scene.
Yeah.
Wow.
David Thewlis's stop motion penis flopping around. And it was great. Speaking of penises flopping around, how about when he goes to the sex toy shop and accidentally hits that dildo? Oh my god, I lost it.
All I could think about during that scene was some animator had to animate the thing. like flopping
bounce.
around. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was.
I was like, who had that job?
I want that job.
I wonder what the scale was. Though. Like
I think I saw them like quickly doing. I think they're probably like 8 or 9 inches, pretty big.
Okay, so life sized.
I meant the characters.
Oh. 4 out of 5 reels for me. Tim?
Okay.
I'm going to hit it with a 4 out of 5 as well.
Up top, bud. That's how you tag team the last scene.
It's a 3 for me, but that's a 3.5 on Letterboxd.
Yeah,
so
translation coming soon to our Letterboxd
Maybe
bios.
heavy 3.
It's on my bio.
Maybe heavy 3. Hard to say. Reels.
Ty, what'd you give it again?
It was a crazy movie, man.
Right.
Crazy.
Give it the add to your list.
Yeah, I can't even rate it. It was so crazy.
All right, who wants to step in next with their last?
I got next.
All right.
2015's Anomalisa, written by Charlie Kaufman, directed by Charlie Kaufman and Duke Johnson.
I've heard there's a prolonged sex scene.
Yeah.
Sex scene.
Funny story. I was on Facebook chat.
Oh god.
No, seriously, what was the last scene?
Who's next?
You're next.
Ty?
All right, Ty, you're
I'll
next.
go, okay.
Yeah, you can go.
So I did something a little different this week.
I noticed you don't have a notepad. I'm very perturbed.
Yes. I actually didn't see one. No, I'm lying. I watched a horror flick this week, which I don't watch often because they frighten me and I have enough trouble sleeping as it is.
That's fair.
I watched Annabelle.
Really?
Is that a puppet one?
What is that?
That's the puppet one. That's the puppet one.
Ty's tie-ins. Boom.
Puppet
Up top.
one. The puppet one, which is based on the same story as The Conjuring.
Boom.
Ah.
One's gonna win Best Animated Picture. One, I don't even know what it is.
So yes. Not as good as I thought it was gonna be.
Really?
I'll give you this. There was some scary parts that like really freaked me out, but other than that, it was
a spin-off.
Yeah, it was kind of subpar.
Can you fill me in the audience in? What is this
I will
literally in the dark right now.
Pull this up right here.
Is this is a Conjuring spin-off?
It wasn't a spin-off. It's the same. It's the same story.
You've seen The Conjuring, right?
I've seen The Conjuring. Yes.
Well, that was based on a true story.
Okay.
And this is based on the same true story. So it's just a different movie of the same thing.
Really? So it's not connected to The Conjuring?
Is it set in the same universe?
Not. Well, I'm not really sure if it's set in the same universe, but it's just the same story.
There's no way someone's going to do that blatant of like a.
No. I'm pretty sure it was set. Like in The Conjuring, there was a doll, the Annabelle
I remember
doll.
Annabelle. Yes.
So it's and there wasn't really a focus on Annabelle in the Conjuring.
Right.
It was just sort of like, well, that's a side creepy thing.
Right.
But this was mostly about the doll.
This is about the doll.
Don't care, but continue.
Okay. No, the doll is the whole point of it. That's the thing. That's
why I don't care.
Okay, good. So John Form thinks he's found the perfect gift for his expectant wife, a vintage doll in a beautiful white dress. However, the couple's delight doesn't last long. One terrible night, devil worshippers invade their home and launch a violent attack against the couple. When the cultists...
That escalated quickly.
I know, right? Came out of nowhere. Wow. When the cultists try to summon a demon, they smear a bloody rune on the nursery wall and drip blood on Mia's doll, thereby turning the former object of beauty into a conduit for ultimate evil.
Yikes.
Interesting fact, the doll that they used in this movie was the same one that was kind of just off to the side in The Conjuring. Same doll.
Okay, yeah. True.
But, like, other than, like, a few, like, kind of freaky parts that really got to me, not a lot in this. I thought, like...
You don't say.
Yeah. The lead actress, whose name was... Annabelle Wallace, coincidentally.
You're kidding.
I'm not.
Holy
I found that
shit.
actually really creepy. I thought her acting was pretty good for most of the movie until it got to the end where she had to get like really emotional, and then it just kind of fell short. It was just kind of, it felt forced and unbelievable.
Now,
interestingly enough, this movie has 29% on
Rotten Tomatoes. I saw that.
You don't say.
Did not do well.
Do we know who directed it or wrote it? Was it the same guy as Conjuring, James Wan?
No.
No. John R. Linetti.
Do we
He's
have
the director.
anyone know his filmography? Probably same as mine.
Well, from what I saw, it was... Oh, no way.
What?
He also did The Conjuring.
No.
He must have done... No, he did something on it.
Like produced it or something?
Yeah. So he was somehow tied to The Conjuring. That's... Wow. Okay.
But he couldn't conjure up a good movie.
That's unfortunate.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be here all week, folks. Try the deal.
But yeah, overall, just not impressed. You know, like something like I want something a little scarier. I didn't get it.
Didn't even hit on the scare.
No,
level?
well, like I said, there was one or two things that really got me. But like overall, the movie.
Hang on, I think I saw a trailer for this. Is this where there's like a little girl or something, and she like runs at the person, and it turns into an old lady?
That was the one that got me.
Boom.
That was the scene that really
scared the
me out.
shit out of me in the trailer.
So like the little girl is running towards the girl in the hallway. She's running from one room to the other.
Yeah.
And so when she gets through the first door, the other door starts to close.
Okay.
And as soon as she hits the second door, she's like this grown-ass woman who attacks her. That part freaked the shit out of me.
Because that's very James Wan-y. There's another James Wan thing kind of like that in a trailer we're going to talk about later.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. John Leonetti, who was the director of Annabelle, was a cinematographer on some previous James Wan film, including
there we go.
The Conjuring.
That's what it is.
So he's the cinematographer.
Yeah, so we saw it and it's like, I'm going to do this movie, but in a different way. So that was pretty much what I did.
Also the cinematographer for The Scorpion King.
One of the great cinematic...
Gorgeously shot movie.
Yeah. Some of the best visual effects I've ever...
And Piranha 3D.
Oh,
Again,
of course.
One of the most beautiful visual movies I've ever seen. Well, I think
Stellar record.
I think it's time you rate this.
I'm going to give this a...
I know it's tough.
I'm toying between Heavy 2 and Light 3.
Light 3 would not match what you've said about it.
I know, but it was just...
Between 1 and 2.
Anything you liked about it?
It really was like the fact that it was kind of like a true story, and that kind of freaked me out a little bit, and like that, like again, those two things that really got me.
I mean, inspired by, based on.
Yeah.
Is it really?
You're the target audience for these movies. They sucker you in with that true story shit.
The Revenant, Annabelle, both true stories.
Even like a high 2, just because it did set the mood for some really, really like freaky parts, and some of them did get me. Yeah, there's not so much.
So on Letterboxd, that could translate to a 2.
I2 is a 2.5 to 3.
I still don't get the Letterboxd thing.
No idea.
To you guys.
Great, Heavy 2. Scott,
right.
Moving on.
I guess I'll step in with my last scene. I went for something here that would hopefully be tying into the Revenant. And it's similar in that it's just the sort of the plot and what's happening in these movies. So
Grizzly Man?
No, not quite. So I'll read off the synopsis here. A group of scientists is sent to the planet Arcanar to help the local civilization, which is in the medieval phase of its own history, to find the right path to progress. Their task is a difficult one. They cannot interfere violently, and in no case can they kill.
That is similar.
Directed by Alexei German, this movie is Hard to be a God. came out in 2013, starring. This is in Russian too. It's a Russian movie. Leonid Yarmolnik, Alexander Chutko, Yuri Cirillo, and Evgeny Cherkikov. Wow. This movie is similar to The Revenant in a way that it's just there's so much mud and blood and piss and just crawling through shit, basically.
The stories are almost parallel.
Yeah. It's a very bizarre movie. It's almost 3 hours.
So this is the movie I told you about, right?
Yeah.
That Jay, shout out to Film Junk, Jay gave the 6 out of 5 to.
Really?
Yeah. He gave it he has 2 6 out of 5s per year. That's what they do on Film Junk. He gave one of his 6 out of 5s to this movie. Said it was unlike
for this year? It came out 2013. But yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. But he said...
maybe 2014, it was like more wide.
Yeah.
This was November 2013. At like at a festival.
Maybe that was in Russia or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
This is probably North America and just came out now.
Okay.
But yeah, he said it's like unlike anything he's ever seen. Philistine.
I would agree with that. It's unlike any new movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
There was a ton of close-ups, and the sort of I'm not sure what the word is, like the mise en scène or whatever, where like there's a close-up and then there's like things going in front of the camera and like coming in and like. It's mostly shot Steadicam. There's no like stable shots. It's all like close in on like sweaty, like dirty faces, and like it's crazy. And it was shot over a period of like 5 years or something like that. Yeah, like on and off. And,
black and white.
It's black and white.
Yep, I knew.
Russian movie.
Ty's cup of tea.
The director Alexei German, he's only directed 6 films since 1967.
Whoa!
Which is like pretty wild. And this movie started shooting in year 2000, and it only got released in 2013. That's how long it took to make this movie. The sets are incredibly detailed. It really puts you there. I have a few problems with it though. As interesting as it is as a movie, the synopsis I read about a group of scientists going to another planet. It's like medieval. And basically what happens is the civilization there is like rejected like the Renaissance. Like they're killing all the scientists and all the intellectuals. And these scientists that are there, at least this guy, Don Ramada in the movie, is his character's name. He's torn because he can't intervene like violently, and he wants to save these intellectuals because they want to see this medieval society sort of like move into their Renaissance. And he's seeing all the intellectuals get killed and executed and stuff, and it's like torn about like doing something about it. But watching it, I didn't get that at all. Like, yeah, I kind of got it. I kind of understood what was going on. But if you told me that they were scientists from Earth that came there on like a spaceship, I would not have got that at all. Because you don't see any sci-fi elements at all. It's all like dirty medieval stuff. So if you told me there were scientists from Earth, and this isn't even Earth,
like you don't see them show up or anything.
No, you get thrown right into it.
See, I would have expected that because there's probably budget hiding, right? They probably didn't have the budget to shoot some sort of like spaceship landing type thing. Like
I could see that.
I assume there's no like big set pieces in this.
There's like huge there's some like longer shots of like castles with like a ton of like extras and like all this like crazy like stuff going on. So. It's sort of, I don't know why they couldn't have tried to do a little bit more in explaining. I feel like the premise is amazing, and I feel like the execution,
really, like intrigued.
Like while it's very interesting as a film, I don't know if it was. I don't know. I feel like if it was like an English version was like made, and they sort of took this movie and made like a Hollywood version, I feel like it could be amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Because usually that's not the case. Because
nobody knows about this movie.
Right. No one.
Hard to Be a God. Like nobody knows
obscure.
about it. Black and white Russian movie. So yeah, I think it's tough. It's a tough rate because I enjoyed it, but then also the first like hour was like the same thing happening for like an hour. It's like almost a 3-hour movie. It gets interesting near the last half when he starts to take some action. And it gets a lot more interesting in the last half. The first half is just like crawling through mud and like just it's bizarre. Bizarre is the best word to describe it.
An experience type movie, like Under the Skin or something.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go.
Oh, you're really torn.
I am torn.
Is it hard to be a god?
It's hard to be a god and rate this. Yeah. I'm gonna go heavy 3.
Heavy 3.
I was going between light 4 and heavy 3. But,
Okay.
I'm gonna go heavy 3.
So not a 6
Thinking
out
back,
of 5.
No, because I watched it earlier in this week, so I've had some time to think about it.
Yeah, which is good.
And I feel like it could have been done in a more easier to understand way. And I feel like that might have resulted in a better movie, personally.
If the directors reined in a bit.
Yeah. Because there was a lot of really interesting elements to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, heavy 3.
Okay.
On to you, Tim. What was your last team?
I did it.
Anomalisa.
You don't have a backup?
Brooklyn, I guess. I saw Brooklyn as well this weekend.
I
don't have any notes on this.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Wow.
Directed by someone.
Yeah, we thought about it.
Starring some people.
Tim, you're off the podcast, man. You should have went first and done Anomalisa, and then I would have been off the podcast, but...
Sorry, guys.
Just missed a shot. We had one shot to get out of the podcast, and you missed it.
Anyways, I saw Brooklyn as well, starring Saoirse Ronan.
Nailed it.
Emery Cohen and
Nailed it.
Donald Gleason.
Nailed it.
As well as Mrs. Weasley. She was hilarious.
Yeah. Reunion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No?
Oh, yeah.
Who else?
Donald
Donald Gleason. Playing Weasley.
That's
blew my mind. Yeah, it's really good. It's set in the 1950s. A young Irish immigrant shows up in Brooklyn and meets an Italian man who sweeps her off her feet.
Nice. Moving on.
Did you like Brooklyn?
I did like Brooklyn, yes.
Okay.
I'd probably give it... I saw it with Ashley. She gave it a 5 out of 5.
Ooh.
Loved it.
I was going to see what that
I'd probably give it a light 4.
Quite
good, actually. It's
really
super well received. It has a 96 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Everyone who's mentioned it to me says
the average critic rating. The average critic rating, which is more important because it's what they actually rate it, 8.6 out of 10.
Wow.
So very well received movie. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone I've spoken to has said they love it.
I liked it.
It. It's good. It's a lot of great set pieces. The main girl's really good.
So
she played Hannah in Hannah. Looked completely different. I didn't even recognize her in this. Well, I haven't seen Hannah, but I knew I'd seen her somewhere before. But she's a brunette in this one. A redhead. Looks completely different.
I've seen it, and I can say, she looks different from the trailer.
I have to see her in this.
She's in Grand Budapest.
She's also in Grand Budapest.
Who's she playing Grand Budapest?
The girl.
The girl that looks like Saoirse Ronan.
Wow, it's currently 50-1 odds in Vegas to win Best Picture. Might not even get nominated.
No, it won't get nominated. But pretty solid.
Possibly.
Pretty solid. So the Canadian-Irish joint picture is filmed mostly in Montreal. My boy, who had a great year, Donald Gleason, is also in this. Not as big as a part as I was hoping. I was hoping he would have a huge part, but he was good. He was solid.
You got a tie in there.
Yeah. Boom. Also pops up in The Revenant.
That was my point. Yeah.
And
he's always great. I've never seen him do bad.
I haven't seen him play the same character yet, too, which is great.
Yeah.
I have never different. I haven't seen this guy play anything as much as I've seen him play this year.
He's done
four distinctly different characters.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him. I don't think I even noticed him before this year or before this podcast. But now that this year you keep saying his name, I keep seeing him again and again and again. And I've never been disappointed.
Pops up in great movies.
No.
All right.
He's gonna be big. There you go. Double feature from Tim. Except for my last week where I
watched that show.
There you go.
Did you finish that show?
I've not finished it yet.
Wow.
You're supposed to come back with
very busy week.
You're supposed to review the other half of it.
I had a very busy week.
Oh boy.
He's a DM, people.
Let's move on into our review of the week, and that is
Don't care.
a very anticipated film this year for us, and that is The Revenant, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, also Tom Hardy, Donald Gleason, Will Poulter, among others. Directed by Alejandro Inarritu, who also did Birdman last year. Cinematography by, which I do have to mention, Emmanuel Lubezki, who I just have to mention that. Also,
you have to mention that.
Back to back.
It's important. Yeah.
Emmanuel Lubezki. Did I say anything right?
Yeah.
You back? What did you win before Birdman?
Gravity and Birdman.
Oh, he did Gravity, that piece of shit movie. Cool. Cool.
So Tim, not a fan?
No, I'm a fan of him.
He's going for the 3-peat this year.
Synopsis. While exploring the uncharted wilderness in 1823, legendary frontiersman Hugh Glass sustains injuries from a brutal bear attack. When his hunting team leaves him for dead, Glass must utilize his survival skills to find a way back home to his family. Well, I don't know if that's the best synopsis there, actually. Grief-stricken and fueled by vengeance, Glass treks through the wintry terrain to track down John Fitzgerald, played by Tom Hardy, the former confidant who betrayed and abandoned him. Also, I'm not sure if he was actually his confidant. Anyways, I'm not sure if that was the best synopsis, but...
Gives you the gist.
I should have written it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should, Tim.
It's no Tim synopsis.
Yeah. There's no Timnopsis.
Yeah, Tom Hardy plays Fitzgerald, who I wouldn't say is his confidant. No. But anyways...
They're ahead. They're butting heads from the first scene.
The entire movie.
Guys, who wants to start off?
Oh, fuck.
I want Adam to go first.
Adam's seen it twice.
I've also seen it twice.
You guys want me to go first?
You are a Leo fan, aren't you? You're right, I'm sorry, I was mistaken. It's not you.
I mean...
He's Adam's doppelganger.
Yeah, it's only Adam's favorite actor of all time.
I like him, yeah.
He's alright.
He's my idol. Yeah. And Tom Hardy is my second favorite actor. So I'm going
Donald number 3? Donald Gleason number 3.
Donald Gleason number 3. No.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Or Ben Mendelzini.
Ooh. Ooh.
Probably Ryan Gosling number 3, but that's neither here nor there. So this was my second most anticipated behind Star Wars on the year. I was hyped out of my mind. See my boy Leo finally put forth his hopefully Oscar-winning performance, and he can end the curse.
I do have to mention, when we reviewed the trailer for this movie, I said Leo would win.
Oh my god, how do you remember that?
Just putting that out there.
Okay. Did I say anything? What did I say?
You guys, I don't think you guys had any balls at the moment and couldn't call it.
Still don't.
Wow.
Couldn't call it at the time, but I called it.
Well,
continue.
You'll be happy to know he's currently the Vegas odds favorite to win said Oscar, just ahead of Michael Fassbender. It was unreal. Let's be honest. There's no spoiler alert for that. I think we all knew that would be the case. I don't know. I guess I don't know how you guys feel. We'll give our vague things and then we'll go into detail. But yeah, it was a special. Felt like a special experience that we don't often get at the movies. It felt like a true epic, just truly epic. Just kind of like a classic. It just felt like a modern classic. Yeah, and that's obviously the feel they were going for.
Tyler, I want to get your thoughts on the Revenant.
I loved it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yes. Up top.
I knew as soon as I laughed, I just thought like Adam's soul cringing.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, my soul cringe.
Yeah, I've never seen a movie shot this beautifully before. It was just
all in natural light. Yeah. No studio lighting involved.
I don't think I'd ever seen anything like that before. It was just beautiful. I loved it.
Awesome. Tim, your thoughts?
It's like Russian roulette every time you guys are about to speak. I'm sweating.
This movie, I really, really liked it. Scott?
Okay. Yeah, for me, this is a really amazing movie. You know what?
Amazingly shit.
The performances were fantastic. I mean, all around, there wasn't a miss for me.
Thank you,
performance-wise.
It means a lot to me.
Inarritu, I mean, direction, amazing. I could see him winning Best Director this year.
Mm-hmm.
For this cinematography, some of the best cinematography I've seen all year. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the lighting is sort of a very interesting choice to go that route because you don't necessarily have to do it. But I feel like it made it feel a lot more realistic and harsh, the environments.
Yeah.
Where when you have those nighttime scenes, it's pitch dark, and it's only lit by the moon or it's only lit by fire, and it really immerses you in the sort of experience. and puts you kind of in Leo's shoes.
It seemed less polished in a way. Like it was very natural, but actually made it seem more beautiful, which is kind of a weird kind of concept to wrap your head around. Yeah,
for sure. Also, as a part of the cinematography, some of the takes, like the one takes, like the beginning, amazing,
awesome,
God,
amazing. And I mean, yes, the opening sort of shot of the water, the trickling water, and then the pan up, and then you see the footsteps into frame, amazing. But I mean, that's an amazing thing in itself. Mm-hmm. But the opening sort of sequence of the movie where, there's a sort of an attack by the Ree on their camp. I mean, that was amazing. And obviously the bear fight. Are you kidding?
Wasn't you much kidding? Of a fight.
The bear mauling.
The bear
attack. Say a bear rape.
The bear rape. Yeah. Didn't actually rape him, which, I mean, there was an issue of contention.
Terrible. At first I thought he did. It looked like...
we won't entertain that here. Allow me to step in.
Step in, please.
The bear scene is my favorite scene of 2015.
Wow.
I was horrified both times. Like, I had physical anxiety. Like, I couldn't handle it. I've never felt so in a situation in a film before. Like, the way Inarritu set up that scene, I felt like I was transported. Like, I truly felt like I was Leo. And, like, that's the closest I'll ever be to being mauled by a bear.
All one take.
Let's hope.
Let's hope. I don't camp often. It's gonna be a crime if this doesn't win Best Visual Effects for that bear alone. Like, that was a purely CG bear, and it looked fucking real.
It did look really good.
In my opinion. Yeah. You guys are looking at me like I'm retarded.
Special effects, it's gonna be tough.
Besides that bear, the rest of the effects weren't that great.
I thought the buffalo stampede was great also.
It didn't look great.
The coyotes kind of looked a little off. Yeah.
What?
The coyotes looked off.
The caribou going through the water looked pretty off. The avalanche looked pretty off.
What? Okay, no, I disagree.
Really?
I thought the avalanche
I could see like an outline of gray around the avalanche. Maybe it's just the theater scene. I was seeing regular theater though.
See it again. The avalanche was fantastic. I'll give you the caribou in the water and the caribou in the distance at the beginning.
Yeah, like I understood those to be like CG, but
the bear did look fantastic though.
Right? When it puts its claw on his fucking head, like...
At some points I forgot this was actually a CG bear. Like
it tricked my eye. Like, I was literally tricked.
Like, how did they train this bear to do this?
The drool, and then when he comes and sniffs the camera, and, like, the moisture goes on the lens, I was like, oh my god.
That was a sort of a technique that they used a few times in, like, super close-ups.
Yeah.
When Leo was, like, resting on his son during one scene, and the camera gets, like, super close in there. Super close. And when... It's just sort of his breathing, and it leaves a condensation on the lens, and that was pretty amazing. And obviously during the bear scene, and there was another scene.
They did one more, I think.
There's another scene later in the movie where I remember. I guess the last fight.
Yeah.
There's a fight at the end where there's some like blood on the lens.
Yeah, and like a bit of snow or something. Yeah, just like dirt.
Actually, I think I remember Poulter doing it once actually with the lens condensation. I think I remember seeing that.
It was a great effect because, like, the whole movie, like I said, more than maybe any other movie this year, I truly felt like I was in Leo's shoes, well, like you said. And they, like, I don't know, Inarritu just did a genius job, like, transporting me there. I felt cold in the theater. Like, everything looked so cold. It's so, like, unapologetically brutal. It just really made you feel like you're there. Like, that technique with, like, affecting the camera lens and everything. Mm-hmm. And just, I guess the performances helped. Like, Leo was obviously fantastic, and he made you feel for him, everything that he went through. But I wanted to touch, like, speaking of performances, everyone's talking about Leo, how this is going to be the year he finally wins, rightfully so. Tom Hardy was my favorite character in the movie. I don't know about you guys.
I'm worried about Leo not winning, actually.
Yeah, I'm not sold.
In all honesty, there's not a lot that his character does. There's not a lot of range there.
Yeah, it's a lot of, like, grimacing in pain.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
It's mostly just in pain.
I would not be surprised if he didn't win again.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
I'm thinking it's going to go to Eddie Raymond or Michael Fassbender.
I'm thinking Fassbender.
Yeah. I think if anyone's going to beat him, it's Fassbender, but I still think he'll win.
He is, like I said, he's the biggest favorite, which is a huge telling thing, which I'm shocked by. Thank God. Yeah, I want him to win.
You guys know movies like this get snubbed all the time by like bait, like Eddie Redmayne's Danish Girl. Like it does happen. I'd love to see him do this, but when I was watching, I was like, yes, this is an amazing movie, and I'm seeing Leonardo DiCaprio play an amazing role, but he doesn't do a whole lot. You know, there's a lot of like Tim said, pain, suffering, and I didn't see a whole lot. Like
he doesn't say a lot.
Yeah, like especially until the end. That's when like I kind of saw developments and like stuff actually
more
happened.
Him as a character, as a
exactly,
person.
And that's when I thought like, okay, now we're seeing what could happen, but that was it.
It didn't bother me.
Well, it didn't bother me at all. But I'm saying this might not be his role that he gets it for.
Yeah.
Like for what you need out of that role, he delivered 100%.
He delivered above and beyond.
Yeah.
When he's crawling through the soil, like I'm speechless.
It's like on par with Wolf of Wall Street, him crawling through crawling to his car.
Different circumstances.
Yeah.
But
or trying to get what's his face off the phone.
Yes.
Inside.
He goes he has freakouts better than anyone.
Yeah. Almost as good as Nick Cage.
Yeah. Some would say better. But like I was saying, I got off track. Like the media is doing. We just talked about Leo when I was trying to talk about Tom Hardy.
Right.
He's amazing in this movie. Yeah. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
He was like, now I've seen it twice. I liked him the first time, and now the second time, it's concrete. Like he was amazing, and he's like 14-1 to win Best Supporting Actor. And honestly, I think like he should win. I'm thinking about it more and more. He's my favorite over Mark Rylance or Stallone. Like he's spectacular.
He stole every scene he was in. Like
yeah.
Just his character, like even just the backstory of how he was like half scalped earlier.
Man, like,
how amazing was that? It was like, oh my god, this guy's been through it. Yeah. You can see why he like hates like all the like Indians and everything. Like it's I wish there was more about his character. Yeah.
I have a little update, I guess, in regards to that. Tom Hardy was not up for the Golden Globe for Best Supporting
at all,
but Mark Rylance and Sylvester Stallone were. Stallone has won.
Stallone, oh my god, really?
Won Best Supporting Actor in a motion picture for Creed.
Now he would be my second favorite behind Tom Hardy. Like he definitely deserves it, and it's a very award showy thing. Give like the 70-year-old the award because he doesn't have time left. But like,
wow,
that's true.
I don't necessarily think Stallone will win at the Oscars.
Mark Rylance is the biggest favorite right now, but Tom Hardy was amazing, man. Like his accent was so authentic. Like he just out and out. Like Leo, we know it's like we've seen so much of Leo. We know it's Leo like doing Hugh Glass or whatever. Yeah. Tom Hardy, I just kind of forgot, and he just felt like that like boy
Fitzgerald,
like he slipped
Texas
right
accent from a British guy.
Yes,
I mean, and it was like a really like deep South like Texas accent, like
30 pelts. Remember, not 20 pelts, 30.
I was very impressed because I'm looking back and I'm thinking like I've seen like again before this podcast, Tom Hardy not a regular name for me,
not on your radar.
Yeah. Now after this, every role I've seen Tom Hardy do, I'm trying to think of a time where I haven't seen him not be completely fucking insane, and I can't. Like, think of a movie.
Mad Max, can't. Oops. Bronson, oops.
Yeah.
Legend,
oops. Batman, oops. Like he's absolutely insane in every movie he does, and he always.
And in real life, I think.
I would agree with that.
Very touch.
And like,
I love how everyone was talking about him and Mad Max. Like, oh, he like didn't talk. He just like grunted and mumbled. Like, he doesn't. Does he have range? And then he does the opposite in the Revenant.
Just doesn't shut up.
Yeah. Like I love that.
Yeah. I just love his character, how ruthless he is.
And
like,
he especially doesn't shut up. Like, he just keeps going.
He wants no part of, like, trying to help Hugh Glass. Like, he's the first one. And, like...
he's all about getting his money.
After the bear scene, like, oh my god, it's incredible. He took the Grizz with him. He's like, well, shot the fucking gun off. Now they're going to all know we're here.
Yeah.
Like, he's just, like, constantly just shitting on the situation.
There were a couple times where I was just sitting there, like, as a viewer going, like, dude, shut the fuck up, man. Right? Why do you keep talking? Like, you're gonna get shot. Stop it.
He just makes you hate him.
Yeah.
And, like, even when he's talking to Will Poulter.
Yeah.
And he, like, threatens him. Oh, my God, that was amazing. Like, when he's like, well, see it, I should be God to you, boy.
Yeah.
Like, that was amazing. And he was just written, like, really well, too.
How about Will Poulter? Do you guys like his performance in it? I mean, I liked him.
I thought he was good, but like he was distracting. Just not his fault. Just to cast the We're the Millers kid took me right out of it.
I mean, I haven't seen We're the Millers, so I didn't.
That's
great movie. I thought it was
good movie.
I thought it was hilarious.
Tim's laughing in your face.
Laughing in my face.
I haven't seen it, but I assume it's not great.
I thought it was.
If you guys have seen him sing TLC's "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls," you would understand why it's distracting to see him in The Revenant.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
Right?
But I thought, like casting him, I feel like they could have gotten a lot of people to do it. This wasn't an amazing character for him. Like, he didn't put anything into this character that any other young, newish, kind of somewhat under the radar actor couldn't have done.
Yeah, like I don't see what he brought that was like so special.
Other than his eyebrows being exceptionally distracting, there wasn't a whole lot going on.
Yeah,
his eyebrows are huge.
These are terrifying.
Like, ridiculously dramatic.
Like,
all of the time.
Donald Gleason though was great.
Let's talk about Tim's boy DG. What'd you think, Tim?
He's fantastic.
Thanks, Tim.
Drop the mic.
Yeah.
No, but he goes
He
from
was
like
fantastic. Yeah,
it was great seeing this the day before I saw Brooklyn, because in this he's like a captain. He's like authoritative, gets angered a couple times, and then seeing the next day in Brooklyn, he's like clean shaven, hair gelled back, wearing a suit, full Irish accent, just being a gentleman.
Yeah. Really?
And the day before, he was like
American accent.
Say the Lord's Prayer. Yeah.
Like American accent too. Like
he does a great American accent.
You don't even notice.
He hit it perfectly.
You don't even notice.
Yeah.
He didn't slip for me.
No. That's another thing. His character was perfect. He played him perfectly, I'd say.
Yeah. Any other things we want to mention before we get into spoilers?
I think the cinematographer is definitely going to get that three-peat, sadly, over our boy Deakins, Master. But, let's call a spade. He's winning for Revenant. It's the most beautiful movie of the year, maybe of all time. It's, like, stunningly gorgeous. Literally every scene, there's something in the background that caught my eye over the lead character, whether it's a waterfall or, like, a river, or when Leo climbs on his elbows up to that cliff.
That scene is gorgeous.
Jaw-dropping, man. Fucking jaw-dropping. Toward the end, when Leo's walking with the walking stick and just all the mountains. Well, there's like countless shots of people walking, and you just have like, it just gives you such an open.
There's a lot of shots of people walking through wilderness. Amazing.
Like Lord of the Rings.
Stunning.
Yeah. It's not something that everyone's going to notice. Like I told my dad this. He's like, "What? You don't go to the movies for scenery?" And I'm like, "Dad, yes I do."
Your dad a constant moviegoer.
I'm a freak. I do. And like, yeah, the guy is going to three-peat. I think, right? You guys agree?
I'd agree with that.
I could see it with me.
Yeah.
His closest competition is Deakins.
Or Scott, sorry.
Again, sadly, because Deakins has 0 in his amazing career. This guy's
He's the Leonardo DiCaprio of cinematographers.
Yeah, fitting.
Always gets outshone.
Fitting. Eddie Redmayne's
It's tough because I love Sicario's cinematography too.
Yeah. But come on.
Yeah, but was that as beautifully shot? Like, it
Look
was
who you're
amazing.
talking to. I love Sicarios cinematography, but over the Revenant?
You're biased.
No, it's no discussion. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Revenant's way better. What are you doing?
I'm having an internal struggle right now.
Tim, weigh in here.
It's going to the Revenant guy. I don't know his name.
Neither do I.
Emmanuel Lubezki.
That one.
Let's go into
saying that.
Yeah.
I think he'll win.
I
love Deakins though. And I love Deakins' work.
Oh, it's going to The Big Lebowski. What was his name? Sorry. What was his name?
Emmanuel Lubezki.
Oh, nice. Okay,
I was close.
The Big Lebowski.
Yeah. Well,
close.
it's going to The Big Lebowski. I agree.
Wow. Okay, we'll see.
That's a slap in the face to Deakins.
I'm so sorry, Deakins. I know you're listening.
The Big Lebowski.
Oh my god. The Big Lebowski has won for best cinematography. He's like, whoa, finally!
Deakins gets up. He's like,
They got me again.
Wait, did he shoot The Big Lebowski?
I'm pretty sure he shot a bunch of
He shoots all the Coen
stuff,
movies.
yeah.
Wow. Not a particularly good-looking movie.
Unintentional burn. Nice.
Maybe he'll win for Hail Caesar. Probably not.
Alright, I think with that we'll move into spoilers.
We gotta rate this puppy first.
Rate it up.
Yeah. Adam.
You first?
Oh, for sure.
You gave your opinions at the start first, so let's...
I'm 5 banging it. Next?
Shall I go?
Tyler.
Give me this.
No pressure.
Yeah, you're staring me down, man. Like, there's a...
Don't give in to peer pressure.
Yeah, there's a hole burning in my face right now. I'm giving this...
You could almost say a bear breathing in your face.
Okay, I'm giving this a heavy 4, brah. Heavy 4.
Heavy 4.
Yeah, I'll tolerate that. Tim?
Scott?
Scott is not a rating. That's
I'm rating it a Scott.
Heavy Scott?
This is that sexy.
So 0?
No, go ahead, Scott. I'll rate mine last.
5
Oh.
banger.
5 banger.
5 banger.
I don't know, guys. I've been struggling with this since I've seen it.
Why? What's your problem?
We haven't talked about any bad things.
Talk it out.
There's nothing.
My immediate gut reaction when I walked out of the movie was light 4.
I agree. The first time, I will admit.
Yeah. That's raised up since 2 days ago, I guess. So right now, I'm gonna have to give it probably 4.
So medium 4.
Not a heavy
Just
4?
I'm the only one that does that.
Again, I think like Hateful Eight, I kind of want to see this again. I saw it really early in the morning too. I saw it like 10:30 a.m. Packed theater, surprisingly, like super busy.
I went to 11:50 show, which was in one of the big theaters, and it was modestly filmed.
Yeah, this was like a mid-sized theater. So
I've read an article saying it's on pace to dethrone Star Wars from
Yes,
number
I did
1,
read that.
which blew my mind.
Wow.
Did not expect that.
No.
It's on pace for 37 million. Star Wars is on pace for 36
Wow,
this weekend.
It's crazy.
That would be insane.
How many weeks has Star Wars been in, and it's still at 36?
This is its 4th. So for some
That's wild.
context, Star Wars in its 4th week is making $1 million less than Revenant in its opening weekend.
It's crazy.
Like any other year, there would be nothing in the theater right now, and Revenant would probably make double that.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm going to just piggyback on what Tim said here. We saw this with Jake today.
Yes.
Before we like earlier.
Shout out to Jake, who's on episode of our podcast.
Yeah. So when we saw this, when you left, Jake and I spoke about it briefly because I wanted to see what his opinion was on it.
Oh shit.
And so he enjoyed it, but he also said that he doesn't think he'd be able to watch it again. He wouldn't want to watch it again, and I'd have to agree with him on that.
Wow.
I thought this was a very good movie, but I don't think that is something that I want to. I feel like once I've seen it, I've seen it.
It's very long.
Yeah.
It is long. But I don't necessarily think that's a detriment.
No, I don't think it's a bad thing.
Personally.
But
I saw it with my sister, or actually, no, sorry, I'm thinking of another movie. I saw this with a friend and his brother, and they both thought it was exceptionally long.
Yes.
And they thought that they took that as a negative.
That's such a shallow complaint, though. I hate that complaint. It was too long. Like, I know that's your complaint, but you're fucked in the head. Sorry.
Thanks, man.
That's just like a casual movie person's complaint. Like, I don't understand how you can complain about length.
Just to sort of as a defense to the movie, to that, he traveled 200 miles over the course of that movie. Over I don't know how many days.
Insane. Really?
50, almost 60 days or something like that.
Wow.
In real life. This is like based on a true story.
Mm-hmm.
So 200 miles, like, yeah, it's going to take a while. I don't know.
They cut it down to like.
I mean, they could have cut it down.
Yeah.
They could have cut it down, but
they should have to 90 minutes.
See, I don't think so because that's what they showed, like all the beautiful shots. They kind of were able to do that with that length of movie. So I thought it was, but again, I don't think I'd be able to watch it again. Just because once you've seen it, you've seen it. You know, the shots are beautiful, yes, but did it have enough content to grab you a second time?
Yeah, interesting. Let's move on to the spoilers then.
Okay.
Any scenes you guys want to talk about specifically? Anything that surprised you? Any moments that surprised you? There's a couple for me.
I loved, I guess, so we'll go out of order, jump around here. The final fight between Tom Hardy and Leo is what makes this a 5 for me. The first time walking out, I would have said 4. But the second time, that fight is just so fucking...
Fight's very tense.
Brutal and intense.
Visceral.
Like, just, unapologetically, like, we don't give a fuck. Like, Tom Hardy reaches and Leo cuts his fingers off. Like,
Didn't expect that.
Yeah, that's like the jump off. I was like...
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, where'd his fingers go? Like, did they mean to do that?
And it doesn't, like, that's just the beginning. It doesn't stop there. They're having this, like, nasty, vicious, like, slug it out, like, shanking
They both
each
get
other.
it.
They both get it.
Like, Leo gets stabbed right in the thigh, right through his hand.
Yeah, he nails his hand to the snow.
Yeah.
And,
Again, something else I didn't expect. Like, that shot came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like, exactly, very unexpected, right?
Fight to the death.
And I just love the ruthlessness of Tom Hardy. Leo climbs over him to, like, deliver the finishing blow, and he just, like, shits on his whole, like, journey, basically.
I would have liked to. I think this is like the one complaint I might have about this movie is that your mouth is still wide open. You're just like jaw dropping. Like, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
I can't see what you could complain about in this scene.
I feel like there's a lot of build up, which wasn't a bad thing. It was. I would have liked to have seen more of Leo and Tom on screen together. I feel like the fight scene. Not that it was short, but I would like to have seen more of them on screen together. Like you got to see Tom Hardy.
Disagree.
You got to see Tom Hardy with Leo. Leo, lying there basically half dead, more than half dead actually, I'd say. But like, so you got to see Tom Hardy acting very well in that, but you didn't see Leo acting with him. So I
disagree.
I mean,
to an extent, you have to admit him lying down and grunting is not necessarily. It is acting, but I'd like to have seen more potential from Leo. I'd like to see more actual.
Let me sort of help you out there. Okay. What I think. If there was more, I would have liked to see more of their sort of if they had a rivalry, like they're back and forth, like before as they're. It seemed like trappers.
They did. It seemed like they like.
There was a little bit
some tenseness from the two of them together.
There could have been a little bit more, but I don't necessarily think more. Like it needed more, but I would have liked to see more of their relationship.
Yeah, it was fine with that, but I think that would have been nice.
Okay, that's just me being selfish. Like I want to see more.
I don't disagree with that, but to say. Like, what were you saying, like, when he was laid up in the stretcher and they were interacting? What were you saying? Like, Leo wasn't...
I was saying that, like, I didn't get to see a lot, like, when they were moving Leo around and stuff, and you saw Tom Hardy acting, talking, being a dick. Like, you saw that I would have liked to have seen them...
All you gotta do is blink now.
Him participating. Like, I want to see more of, like...
He was, like, unconscious.
I know that. I'm not saying more out of that scene. I'm not saying that scene in particular. But I want to, like, I want to see more of them... I want to see more of them on screen together.
Yeah. I agree. I do want to see more. I don't necessarily think the movie needed it, but...
No, it didn't.
When he's proposing a deal to kill him.
Yeah.
And Leo's, like, grunting and everything, like you said, but... That's why that was amazing, because he sees him kill his son, and he can't do anything about it. He can't say a word.
No, not that scene in particular, but I would that was amazing.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see more of them.
More of them what? I don't understand.
More of them on screen, because like, there was a large, like, either like potentially before that, or maybe less of a travel time, and maybe like the two of them more in town together, like something like just more, like not necessarily from that scene. But just in the movie in general. I wanted to see more of them together.
Yeah, because I did love, actually, at the beginning, when they do talk.
Yeah.
Maybe their only conversation where Leo's talking
when
back.
When he grabs his gun and stuff.
Yeah. He's like, stop polishing that rifle and look at me. And
when I'm talking to you?
Yeah. And he's like, you can finish polishing after I'm done talking.
Because like, with two amazing actors like that, I feel like they'd have amazing, have amazing chemistry on screen. I would like to have seen more. That's the...
When I see it, I'm in the smart end of this rifle. Amazing.
How about when Leo goes full Han Solo and climbs inside that horse?
Full Bear Grylls.
So I saw this with Ashley. She
got emotional?
Agreed when I compared it to the more adult version of The Good Dinosaur, where guy gets lost in the woods.
Oh my god.
So you guys know how she felt about that one.
Native guy?
Did not enjoy this very much. She went to the washroom, and as soon as she left around the corner, that's about the time when Leo sliced open his horse. I'm like, thank God my girlfriend's not watching this scene.
Yeah, Emily wants to watch him.
Like, starts pulling out horse guts.
Gut this horse, scoop it out. He sleeps inside. He gets out. Ashley comes back into the theater.
Oh shit. Well, she missed
She would have walked out if she saw Leo scooping out horse guts.
Pretty amazing. And I know I read an article. I know I may have I don't know if it was me or someone else posted it to the chat or something. It was brought to our attention that there was a scene in this movie where he eats a buffalo liver, and that was actually a buffalo liver in real life. And his reaction of eating it and then throwing up instantly was real.
Yeah,
that was him.
And then keeps eating it like a champ.
Yeah, just bodies through.
Just wipes off his own vomit and then continues to eat it.
No,
because the liver is one of the most nutritional sort of organs to eat out of an animal like that. So that was why someone who's starving is going to want the liver right away.
Do we I heard that the horse thing was real too. I don't believe that, but
no, there's no way they gut a horse and have things out of it.
I mean, this horse was just like very, very sick, and like they thought like we can give it like one last bit of dignity. We'll put you on screen.
You heard the horse was real?
I heard.
Oh
the
yeah,
horse was real.
They wrote. I can't remember what.
Did you hear that too?
Oh yeah, there was an article.
I'm like, am I crazy?
Yeah, no.
Because Bear Grylls did that. I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah.
He did that with a camel, like for real.
Yeah.
So it's been done. People do this. So
I'm not doubting that. I just wonder.
Like they said,
this
Leonardo,
movie,
like DiCaprio actually climbed inside of a real horse to do it, or even I think it was to prepare himself for it. I think it was, or
okay.
I read somewhere that he had slept inside like an animal to prepare.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Maybe he did it off screen.
Yeah, it wasn't the actual.
Which is like even crazier.
Like it was a cow or something that they butchered.
Didn't even do it in the movie. He did it in his free time. Oh my God, Leo!
Sir,
he deserves to win.
Mr. DiCaprio, you don't have to do this, please. We're not going to use a real horse in the movie. Nope, I'm doing it.
Well, I'll do it on my own free fucking time.
Yeah.
I did like how there was.
Someone get me a sick horse.
It's not sick. Too bad.
It'll do.
He should have said, "I thought they smelled bad on the outside." That would have been amazing.
This wasn't a comedy, so we didn't hear any inner monologue there. But I did like how it was a little bit deeper of a story than just the revenge survival thing.
Yeah. I thought so.
There was the story of the Ree who were first attacking them, but also the chief, I guess, of that sort of tribe was trying to find his daughter, who was taken by Powaka, was it?
Yeah.
Who was kidnapped by some white men is all he knew.
I love that.
And then his interaction with the French trappers, and then eventually you find out that the French had her the whole time. And then Leo saves her, but he doesn't know that it was the chieftain's daughter. And then that at the end when Leo leaves Tom Hardy to die basically, and the Ree walk in, and he just leaves him for them to just scalp him basically, I guess. And then the chieftain walks by with the daughter that he saves, and they just sort of give him like knowing glances, like we know you saved my daughter, basically, kind of thing. We're good.
That was such an amazing scene.
Good.
Like I like
how there was a payoff to that storyline.
Yes, like you said, like it adds way more to the plot.
Yeah.
And I love how they didn't villainize the Aboriginals, like the Ree. Like Tom Hardy's the villain of the story. I love that they showed that they're like he's just trying to get his daughter back and doing what he feels he has to do. It's like humanizing him. And
this it was great, the scene where the chieftain walks into the French camp and like is trading with them, and then he's like, I need the horses, and they're like, no, the horses aren't for sale. We're not trading the horses. And then he tells him like, look, I'm here. I need to find my daughter. She was taken by white men. Like, I'm taking the horses, basically. And the guy's like, all right, to his men, like, all right, like, get the horses. Right.
Gets bodied, basically.
Yeah, I think that was a great scene.
Well, I think that he once he realized that it was like he's like, oh shit, this is the daughter that we took. I'm pretty sure there was like, you know what, give him the horses. Let's let him get as far away from here as possible.
And how badass was that? Where he just starts talking in French, the chieftain.
Yeah. Like, all of a sudden,
and he's like,
great.
I told you he could speak French.
Oh, he bodied him hard, man.
That was a pretty good moment as well.
And I, like you were talking about the very end when Powaka notices Leo is the one who saved her. That was set up so amazingly because like he's about to kill Tom Hardy and he says like, oh, you traveled all this way, won't bring your boy back, and like he just like how he just ruthlessly like pushes him into the water and he's like, fuck it, it's in God's hands now. It was so cool because like Leo's giving up too, right? Like I don't know what your guys take. He definitely thought the Aboriginals were going to kill him, right? Like he didn't recognize that it was the girl he saved.
No, he just knew that like the Aboriginals were going to kill him.
Yeah, like when he says it's in God's hands, he's saying they do whatever they do to Tom Hardy, they'll do whatever they do to me. But it like worked out perfectly. Just like you said, it was a good payoff.
For sure.
The way it brought like the story full circle and everything. And I also, more on the second time than the first time, loved when the whole section where Leo comes back and Tom Hardy like skips town and like Domhnall Gleeson's like about to kill Will Poulter, telling him to pray, and then Leo kind of like tells him no, he's just following orders, and like they have that back and forth about how Leo wants to go back out and he won't let him, and he tells him like, no, he's scared, he knows I'm coming for him.
Like that was a great like monologue there.
And that's the thing. That's where you started seeing Leo's acting.
Yeah, you said like toward the end.
Yeah, that's where it started.
The range came in. And I, like, again, on the second time, like, that was amazing. That's what, like, brought his performance home for me.
Yeah.
That stuff about, like, I ain't scared to die, I've done it already, that, and, like...
Great line.
Oh, amazing. And when he's telling, my favorite, I think, when Donald Gleason asks him, because earlier in the movie, Tom Hardy alleges that he killed an American soldier to, like, protect his son when they were raiding the Aboriginals, like, camp. And, it's kind of like ambiguous, you don't know, but then you see it hinted at in a flashback, and then Donald Gleason asks him like, hey, did you really kill that soldier? And he just like looks at him and is like, I was just killing a man who's trying to kill my son. Like goosebumps. Like that was amazing. It was my favorite line in the movie.
Jumping back to Paul Walker, sorry to
I was gonna say I think that's probably one of the reasons why this isn't a 5-banger for me, is that I love the beginning and I love the end when Leo gets finally back to the camp. I'm not saying the movie's too long. I'm just saying that middle part is too long. I would have cut that down a little bit. You could cut that down. I would have loved to seen Leo interacting, hunting for Tom Hardy more, because I love that part when like him and Donald are out, like swapping stories and stuff. You get like one scene of character development with Donald Gleason, unfortunately, where he's talking about how he misses his wife or whatever. I'm like, I would have loved to see those two characters as well going after Hardy. So I felt like it could have been a little bit more to that.
I really gotta say,
because that last part happens in like 20 minutes.
The only thing that saved the middle for me was like it was just the gorgeous shots. So if they didn't have all those gorgeous shots, I would have had that again. That complaint. It's just like there's too much of nothing. You know, there was not enough content in that middle for me. The only thing that saved it was the shots.
We haven't really talked about the action sequences too much.
Oh, they're phenomenal.
The opening battle was fucking
choreography
insane.
Like, how do you shoot that? That's insane that they shot that.
Yeah, like the choreography, perfect word. Like when Leo saves Pawaka from getting raped, and just like
that scene,
how he sets off that whole. He's like behind the horse and waiting. And then boom, caps the one guy, jumps on the horse, and like rides off the cliff or whatever, and like they're all chasing him, and like just insane. And the opening battle like blew my mind. People are getting like arrowed through the throat. When you're,
Came
like,
again
right
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere through the eye.
Guys talking, all of a sudden,
guy shoots a horse in the head.
Yeah, I'm like just watching, like everyone's talking, and like people. There's like 20 people on screen. Some are cooking, some are talking. I'm like, how did they orchestrate all this? And then, like, out of nowhere, some naked guy walks up, like, sliced in half. And you're just like, am I really seeing this right now? Like, what the fuck's about to happen? Yeah. And we haven't talked about the score either. It reminded me of Birdman. Oh. It was, like, all, like, percussion.
Yeah,
like, just doom.
How about that, like, gong? There's this, there was, like, a really slow, like, sort of, like, drum. And there was, like, it'd be like a boom.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. That was, like, a sort of, like, a chilling kind of, like...
Like, you knew something was about to happen when that thing dropped.
Yeah.
Like, boom. You're like, oh my god. What the fuck's going on? Yeah. What's going down?
Overall, I'd say this movie was entirely chilling.
Very.
Oh, like cold.
Yes, no joke. Thank
yes, you. Gotcha.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I loved at the end when Leo, when he started chopping those, like, branches. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And then Tom Hardy takes that long distance shot and thinks he's got him. And he comes down and realizes it's just Donald's body, like, propped up. That was amazing. And he just, like, shoots him from the side of the horse.
I was waiting for that scene where, like you saw it in the trailer, where he's all of a sudden just under the blankets and he takes that shot from inside the horse.
I rember.
I was waiting for that the entire movie.
Really?
That was just a gorgeous shot.
I was surprised when when I finally watched the movie. I was like, wow, they showed that shot of him, like, shooting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tom
Speaking
Hardy
of what they showed in the trailer, I was pissed off. They showed him riding the horse off the cliff in the trailer.
I didn't recognize him in the trailer, so I was okay with that.
What?
Like, I didn't know that was him in the trailer.
On the horseback?
Yeah.
Really?
They didn't really show his, like, they didn't really show, like they might have shown his face, but they might have shown
there's
his
the other scene. They showed him, like, riding on the horse and then shooting the guy in the trailer.
Yeah.
And then they showed the same horse, like a white horse. It's like a very distinct horse.
Yeah, white horse.
A white horse with black spots, firing off a cliff. I'm like, okay.
What did you guys feel about him, like, surviving the cliff fall? Because my whole family, before I came here, was like, what the fuck? Is he Superman? Like, how did the horse explode and he lived?
Yeah, he landed in a tree.
The horse missed the tree. The horse, like, clipped the tree and missed. And he landed in the tree.
It bothered me at the time, but then I was thinking, like, I've seen so many YouTube videos of people jumping into trees and, like, being fine.
That, but at the same time, you gotta remember, this guy's bodies were coming from a brutal bear attack. The fact that he just went down, like, what, like a 100-foot tree and hit every branch on the way down, I think that's the kind of part I had a problem with believing.
It was a bit of a suspense of, like, disbelief.
Yeah. But also, how about the last shot? Do you guys like the last shot?
What do you mean of him?
The very last shot, he just turns and looks at it looks like you directly in the eyes. I was like,
while he's like crying.
It was like pretty intimidating.
It was actually one shot that I fucking loved in this movie. It's I forgot when it happened, but it's Leo breathing. I think it's after his son's killed. He crawls over to him. He's leaning on top of his kid. He's breathing. You just hear, and then it just goes like the long pan shot through like the clouds and stuff.
Oh,
and you can still hear Leo breathing like over it. And then like smoke comes up, and then it cuts to Tom Hardy smoking his pipe. I was just like, oh my god,
amazing!
I actually remember that show.
Just like Leo breathing.
The editing, just amazing. The editing on
yes,
that.
the editing too.
Yeah.
It's great. The breathing, cutting to the clouds, cutting to the smoke.
His son dying was a lot more emotional the second time too. Like that scene you're talking about when he crawls, like they don't even show his son's body, but you see Leo's eyes. You can tell what he's seeing, and he just looks devastated. And then he crawls on his elbows and like just lays with them.
I actually thought like when like you like Leo's like crawling out of his own fucking grave, which was badass by the way. Like he just whenever he saw like drips of like blood on the snow, I thought that Tom Hardy had actually strung his son's body up in the trees and there was blood dripping down. And I was like, I would not have put this past Tom Hardy. The guy's crazy enough to do it. Like you look up and you just see the son's body just dangling there.
But then as a character, that's way too much time that he doesn't have.
Yeah.
He's out of there.
It's just something that I thought was going to happen.
Of hanging from trees, I loved like how the French people hung the Indian guy who like saved him.
That guy was awesome.
He saved his life.
Yeah. So like it added such a like hatred for the French guy for when he gets his balls chopped.
Yeah,
love that.
Like that was really well done. So
yeah.
Overall, we all thoroughly enjoyed it.
Exactly. I think we all
lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
Favorite twin best picture? Did I say that?
Yes, yeah, you did say that.
Odds on favorite?
Yeah, we'll see.
I hope it does.
Alright, I think with that, we'll move on into some of our news topics this week. We got 3 trailers that we got to talk about. Firstly, being Free State of Jones, starring Matthew McConaughey as a, I guess, Confederate soldier who, I guess, defects from the army and creates his own state, I guess, in the South. What do we think of this trailer? And anyone have their thoughts?
I think this movie looked completely uninteresting. There was nothing about this trailer that grabbed me in any way. It looks like a really, really shitty Civil War reenactment that was taped on, like, with no effects. It looked really bad to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's how you really feel.
So,
wow.
take that.
I couldn't agree more.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
It looks bad.
It looks just terrible.
This looks very cookie cutter.
I'm so happy that I said this and you guys agree with me.
Adam looking shocked.
Yeah.
I thought it looked good. I will definitely be seeing this. I can't believe you guys think this.
I will definitely not be seeing this.
McConaughey.
Let me backtrack a little bit. My opinion on the trailer leads me to believe this way because I think the issue here is whoever edited this trailer did a bad job. I think they gave away a lot of plot points, like a lot, and it was just the way they edited it. It felt like a very cookie cutter film.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it necessarily is, but I think as a trailer, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything to make me excited about this movie, which recently I've really enjoyed Matthew McConaughey's work, so I am kind of looking forward to seeing him again in this. But the editing of this, the way they put this trailer together, just didn't do anything to help me get more excited about this movie at all.
I think one editing thing they could have done to get you more excited was edit out where they said from the director of Hunger Games and iRobot or whatever the fuck.
Seabiscuit.
iRobot.
I thought it was the same director.
Great.
The director of all the other Hunger Games did iRobot. Yeah. I thought it looked good. I love Matthew McConaughey. This is a perfect role for him.
It looks like he
looks
does.
great
Like it does look like he kind of fits there. Like the character, like he.
Yeah,
I feel like he portrays the character well.
Yeah.
But other than that, it looked like a shitty documentary to me.
I don't know.
It did look a bit like a miniseries.
Yeah, like
it
didn't look good to me.
Miniseries. I know what you mean. I guess it looks cheap, but I don't know. I knew, like, did you guys not know what it was going to be? Like, what did you think it was going to look like?
I hadn't heard about this until we brought it up about an hour ago.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, but I don't know. It delivered like what I expected for the most part. It just looks like a good like Civil War drama. I don't know. Nothing struck me as like being horrible. Like what? That's your guys' criticism. It looks cheap.
Not just necessarily cheap. It doesn't.
This trailer doesn't make me.
It looks like a Disney Civil War movie.
It does kind of look
right. Like it just looks very clean and safe. And
I think McConaughey's going to be great. Like this role is like perfect for him.
Like yeah.
But even the greatest role isn't will do nothing if it's a shit overall movie.
It's a shit movie.
I do also feel like I've seen this trailer. I know exactly where the story's going. I know exactly.
Okay, I agree. I didn't like that they showed the son dying. Was it a son?
I guess
someone of importance dying.
Yeah,
some
a nephew.
Kid,
some
like
kid you like died.
Yeah.
Dead.
The local schoolboy. I don't. Either way, it doesn't matter.
And then
he's
like,
dead now.
they're gonna hang them. And cut to them being hung.
Yeah.
Whoever that is, like. What? You're really
the casket being like, there's someone inside that casket, and then there was someone inside that casket.
That could have been a good moment in the movie itself,
that.
but then they
called it immediately.
Yeah,
they blew their load on that reveal. I don't know.
I agree. I guess. I don't know.
And I could totally see how this movie's gonna end. Like it's very.
And they say it's the free state of what was it called, the free state of Jones, and so at the very end of the trailer, this is now the free state of Jones.
Oh my god!
Like, great. Okay, so they actually do it. And they actually flat out do it, and that's all in the trailer.
Well, it is a historical
but
it just happened.
Yeah, but they don't have to go. They don't have to anyone who doesn't know this story. They don't have to.
This is now Free State Jones.
All right.
You guys, all right.
Tim, you have any other thoughts to add to Free State of Jones trailer at all? Or?
No, that's about it. Yeah, okay. Doesn't look too impressed.
No. Yeah, it looks like my most anticipated 2016. Moving on, Scott.
All right. Bold. Next trailer we're going to review this week is High Rise, starring Tom Hiddleston. Who else is in this?
Loki.
Jeremy Irons.
Yes.
Sienna Miller.
Alfred.
Luke Evans.
Dracula.
From Dracula Untold, yes. This is a story, I guess. I don't even really know what the story is.
They did
it looks like it's set in the 70s or the 60s, like early 70s.
Okay, I didn't get that.
I did not get that at all.
Really? I don't think it's set there, but the style is clearly 60s, 70s.
It's like an alternate history.
Yeah.
Because it's London, but it's this sort of, it's like an alternate history. There's this high rise that has like your grocery store, it has your clubs, it has all your housing, different like classes like in it. Like you can go to school there, it has everything you need. It's like a contained sort of thing. And I don't even know what the plot is. It looks like Jeremy Irons was the architect that designed the building, and that Tom Hiddleston, I guess some crazy things seem to happen. I mean, for what I've read, there's sort of like a class war that happens in it between the different groups of people living there. But what do you guys think of this movie? You guys excited about this?
All I know is that Tim Lakey.
I knew.
Well, we watched this right after we watched the Free State of Jones, and they showed way too much in Free State of Jones. They showed nothing.
This was a teaser trailer, was it not, Tim?
It's a teaser trailer.
Okay.
And I loved it.
And I'm
was
teased.
Filled of mystery, and I loved
teased.
it. I loved how mysterious this trailer was.
The trailer is great.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see this movie.
Adam,
whether or not it's going to be good or not.
Great.
Yeah.
This trailer's great. Free State of Jones is shit.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
This trailer did nothing for me.
Oh, wow.
Deadass. Did nothing for me.
Wow.
I was just shown nothing. It's a lot like the Joy trailer, where you're like, I think you guys are projecting what you think it'll be. Like, you're not judging what you were shown. Like, I wasn't shown anything, like, spectacular.
Yes, but when you saw the Joy trailer, you kind of wanted to see Joy, though, didn't you? Like, it made you kind of want to see it? Yeah,
because I was projecting what I already knew from the creative team, what I thought the movie could be, if I'm judging, like, but as a trailer, it wasn't good. They just showed a collection of randomness, right?
Yes.
This, like, it was visually interesting, I'll give you that, but...
I think this trailer did more for you than Joy did, though. And Joy was just a whole bunch of nothing. This one here, they showed the building, they showed things happening. There was actually, you could see there was some sort of a story arc to this. Whereas Joy, there was just a whole bunch of random nothingness.
But at least Joy, I'm seeing Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro, Jennifer Lawrence. This, I'm seeing Tom Hiddleston in like different rooms.
Speaking of J-Law, she just picked up the Golden Globe for Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy.
For Joy.
For Joy.
Holy shit.
Wow.
She's really...
Her competition was not Steph. So that's okay.
Don't doubt it. Yeah, I don't know. Just
I guess I've been excited about this movie ever since it premiered at TIFF. I don't know if you guys knew this. This movie was at TIFF, and it got good reviews at TIFF.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm not. I don't think it'll be bad. I'm just the trailer didn't get me excited. It could definitely be good. Could definitely be terrible. I have no idea.
For me, I'm pretty excited about this movie. Like from what I've seen out of the shots here, I don't know. I feel like there's potential here for a very interesting sort of like psychological like movie, like almost like an Ex Machina or something like that. No, obviously not. It's a very different plot, but sort of along those lines of your sort of, not a big blockbuster, but still like your indie kind of like good pick. I don't know.
I was thinking Snowpiercer for some reason, just like that.
Yeah, it's because it's sort of like a dystopian.
Like you said, Ex Machina, Snowpiercer, like an indie sci-fi-ish, high concept, kind of like psychological. Movie, thriller.
Yeah, well, remains to be seen. I'm not sure when it's being released, but it's sometime this year.
Does it have a release date? Do we know?
2015 release date.
2015.
Well, that was
2016. Sorry, March 18th in the UK. So probably roughly around the same time for us.
Do we know the director?
Bill Wheatley.
Ben Wheatley.
Anything I would have heard of?
Hasn't done much that you would hear of.
I think he's a British director. He's done a few.
So he's done nothing I've heard of then.
Correct.
Yeah.
If he's not Guy Ritchie, he's done nothing Guy's heard of.
Wow, he's directing this movie coming out, a crime drama starring Sharlto Copley, Armie Hammer, Brie Larson, Cillian Murphy, among others.
Wow.
Coming out next. Coming
amazing. Minus Armie Hammer.
Yeah, that's coming out this year. So interesting. All right, I guess with that, we'll move on to our next trailer, and that is the Conjuring 2 trailer. Very different movie from the other ones we've talked about. Although you did talk about
Annabelle.
Yes.
You did talk about Annabelle. So Tyler, let's start with you. Seeing Conjuring and Annabelle, what are you excited for Conjuring 2 after seeing this trailer?
Kind of. I feel like this is one of those horror movies where they could have done one and that would have been okay. I don't feel like
they can't just do one.
Well, yeah,
this
of
is
course.
A horror movie.
Yeah,
it's like a Lay's chip.
Yeah.
Classic 90s ad there for you.
Sick reference.
What made you think of that?
I don't know. You just can't pick
it's
one.
Fitting.
You can't just see one.
Continue.
Anyways, thank you.
No,
the more you keep eating them, the more dry and the more chapped lips you get.
Like Leo, tie-in, boom.
His lips were extremely chapped.
They were bubbling.
Yeah.
It was vile.
It was like his lips were in some sort of like freak burn accident. Like they were like messed up.
I wanted to like just pour that canteen of water. I'm like, please drink.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry, let me just cut back to the Revenant, actually. Remember the scene where he puts the gunpowder in his neck? We didn't talk about that.
Oh, yeah, that was disgusting.
That was scarier than anything Conjuring 2 trailer.
I thought he would actually blow his neck up a little bit or something.
And he cauterizes it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Conjuring 2 trailer. Back to you, Tyler.
I feel like the second one, is it necessary? Like, is it going to relate enough
live up
to The Conjuring? Like, is it going to feel like it's a good enough continuation of that, or should it be its own movie altogether? I don't know. I'd have to see another trailer for sure.
I'm forgetting, blanking on the actor's name. Who was he in this?
Patrick Wilson?
Was he in the trailer?
Yeah.
Wow, I totally missed
prominently
that.
Featured in the trailer.
The second I said that, I realized yes, he was in the trailer. But for me, this trailer, I mean, straight up don't care.
I was gonna say, is this don't care material?
This is a don't care moment. The moment when there was a child, the child, obviously the focus of the possession that's happening, was in the room, and for some reason there's like 50 crosses on the wall.
Some more than that.
Can you talk about why there's 100 crosses on the wall?
I hated that.
They all start turning upside down. I'm like, no shit, they're all turning upside down. And all of a sudden, a random old man in the corner steps out of the shadows. Like, boom. What the hell?
That's what I was saying. I'll just say, didn't really like the trailer. Don't give a fuck. But that's what I was saying to Ty earlier when I brought up the Annabelle thing, when the little girl's running and she just turns into an old lady.
Freaky.
It's a James Wan thing. Because remember in the first Conjuring, there's a moment where they're like looking above like a fireplace or a doorway, and there's just an old lady just like pops out and like laughs in the camera, like, and then like in this, she's just looking at the corner of the room, and some old man comes out, and is like, is James Wan afraid of old people?
Yeah, what's with the old people? Hey, why can't it be like a good-looking 20-something person? Yeah. Why can't Ryan Gosling step out of the shadows?
I'd love that.
And do his shriek from the Nice Guys trailer.
Like, I don't know. It's just, it felt
because
very...
it wouldn't be scary. You'd want to bang them.
Right.
Well, not that I want.
I mean, if you're into that.
If you're a girl.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I might.
Or a guy. It's 2015. Do you want?
It's Gosling.
Yeah. It is RGZ.
I feel like it's just
no one's ever called him that.
It's very safe, very generic sequel. It didn't make me want to see it at all.
Which is shocking because James Wan is a good director. Like, you'd think, like, okay, cheap sequel, they'll get some nobody and it'll be nothing. No one will be involved from the first one. The Conjuring is considered like the best horror movie in the last 5-10 years.
I've heard that.
It's like beloved. I don't like it, but it's beloved.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen that one clip I think is from it when like the lady's doing sheets outside and the sheet falls off and like hits like a ghost. Yeah, I think creepy. That's pretty creepy. That's the only thing I've seen in the Conjuring.
That is fucking creepy.
No,
that was a pretty creepy moment. There was some other really like. I really liked the first like 90% of the Conjuring, and then the very end, I was like, but I did like the Conjuring, but I feel like whenever you do sequels to horror movies, it's hard to sort of keep the momentum going.
Because it's usually no one's involved, but this is the same cast, same writer, same director.
Yeah.
And James Wan's like the horror king, Insidious, Saw.
But then how do you keep like plot going, like plot wise, like how do you keep it going? Mm-hmm. Oh, they're just going to the next possession. It's just like, okay, let's just repeat the formula again.
Supposedly based off true events with this like real team of like paranormal explorer people.
Right.
Don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty intense because that doll itself is actually still in a case somewhere, sitting in I can't remember their last name. Waldens. The Waldens, like they have an occult museum, and they actually keep this doll in a case that is blessed.
Will Annabelle even appear in this movie? I don't know.
Who knows? Like, well, that's the thing. It's not even like this one. Like we said before, this one's based off more of the actual events that happen, less on the actual doll.
Yeah.
So, like this doll, like is like the actual point of this doll is that like in real life they have a priest come and bless this thing every 2 weeks, bless this cage, just because of how freaked out about this doll that everyone is.
Really?
So yeah, that's 100% true. And like,
imagine being that priest who has to come in and bless a doll.
Listen, they keep it in this museum, which is a cult object. So in the middle of this room is this glass doll. There's like a glass case with a doll in it, and he's sitting there like all this other shit around, going like, "I'm gonna fucking die in here." Like that's it. And so like, I'd want to see more of the doll in this because that's such an important part of the story.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't even know if I would even want to see the sequel. Even though I mostly liked The Conjuring.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think with that, we'll call it for episode 27 of the Up Real Late podcast.
You can follow us on Twitter at Up Real Late. You can also find us on the iTunes store. Just look up Up Real Late, and we will be there.
Sweet.
You can find us on Facebook at Up Real Late Podcast, as well as on Instagram at Up Real Late Podcast. You can find me on Letterboxd at Up Real Ty, as well as on Twitter at Mogi6, MOGEY6.
You can also find me on Letterboxd, Up Real Tim.
Wow.
Adam.
Oh, I forget.
You can find me, I'll be going and fucking myself, apparently, because Tim wants to steal my spotlight. Tim.
So Scott, how can we find you?
You can find me at
this is all I've got.
S_Ellis71 and at UpRealScott on Letterboxd.
So keep it real, guys.
Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter. I'll be tweeting at Franey25, FRANEY25, and on Instagram and Letterboxd, UpRealAdam, real spelled like a fishing reel.
And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you do like it. We always like to see your comments, so please do comment if you get to this far in the video. If
you do want to comment on something, you can go ahead and comment in the video, and if you'd like, we will bring it up on our next video.
Shout out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Shout out.
So yeah, guys, keep it real.